Students, our today's topic is fund-based accounting. When any NPO keeps some amount aside for a specific purpose, it is known as fund. Any amount related to the fund will be added in that particular fund, and any payment made related to the fund will be deducted from that fund only. For example, a NPO has created a prize fund. If they will receive any income related to the fund, that will be added in it, and any payment or any expense made from the fund will be deducted. This concept is known as fund-based accounting. NPOs are bound to use money set aside for the particular purpose for which they have kept it. That's why these funds are shown in the balance sheet on the liability side. Examples of these funds can be prize fund, building fund, match fund, sports fund, etc. Amount to be shown in the balance sheet on the liability side can be calculated by applying a formula. The formula will be opening balance of fund, and we have to add all the amounts that we will receive. They can be due to any reason like donation, interest, or income related to the fund. All these will be added in the opening balance of fund, and any payment or expense related to the fund will be deducted. The balance which we will get will show the amount of fund left with us. It will be shown in the balance sheet on the liability side. For example, there is a NPO which is having a prize fund of rupees 1 lakh, which they have invested as fixed deposit in a bank, earning 8% interest. Further donation related to the fund received are 10,000, and expenses which they have incurred for giving prizes were 7,000 for prizes, 3,000 for trophies, and 4,000 for medals. We have to calculate the amount to be shown in the balance sheet. In this particular numerical, students, first of all, we'll write opening balance of prize fund. In this prize fund, we will add donations of 10,000 and interest earned of 8,000, which that NPO must have earned on the money kept in the fixed deposit. That interest will be 8,000. After adding these two things, we will deduct expenses incurred by the NPO on prizes, trophies, and medals. After deducting these expenses, the amount left with the NPO will be 1,04,000. This will be the balance in prize fund which NPO will use in future. This is the way how NPOs will record their fund-based items in their financial statements. In case, after applying the formula, answer comes in negative, that shows that amount of fund is not sufficient to cover expenses or payments related to the fund. That means balance in the fund is less and the payments which we have to make are more. This shows that the excess payments will be made by the NPO from their income and expenditure account. In such case, we will apply the formula, and if answer is in negative, it will be straight away shown in income and expenditure account debit side. That will be the expenditure side. For example, there is a NPO which is having a prize fund of rupees 10,000. They got donations rupees 5,000 and interest earned rupees 1,500. Both these amounts will be added in the prize fund balance according to our formula, and they have incurred expenses of rupees 20,000. So 20,000 will be deducted. Opening balance 10,000. After adding donation and interest, we got 16,500. And our expenses were 20,000. So students, when we will deduct 20,000 from 16,500, answer will be minus 1,500. ये हमें ये बताएगा कि हमारा फंड कम था और हमारे एक्सपेंसेस ज़्यादा थे. As expenses are more, they are to be shown in income and expenditure account debit side. Second concept is capital fund or general fund. As you have already seen in the previous video, introductory video of NPO, that NPOs don't have capital, as there is no single owner or a person who has started NPO. NPOs are started by few people who join together for a social welfare motive. So all the contributions made by all those people who are running this NPO is known as capital fund. This capital fund will increase with more donations given by them and even with the surplus, which we will calculate by preparing income and expenditure account. Whenever our incomes will be more and expenses will be less, NPO will earn surplus. That surplus will be added in capital fund in the balance sheet on the liability side. If any NPO will have deficit, we have already learned when they will earn deficit, जब भी उनकी incomes कम होंगी और उनके expenses ज़्यादा होंगे, in such case they will have deficit. Deficit will be deducted from capital fund. This is the same concept which we have already seen in class 11 in final accounts. In final accounts, we used to add net profit in capital and deduct net loss from capital only. In the same way, NPOs add surplus and they deduct deficit. Now students, as you have understood the concept of fund-based accounting, these are few numericals which you have to solve on your notebook and you have to calculate the amounts given in the numerical according to the instructions given. After solving these numericals, there are few points which you have to keep in mind while solving the numericals. Funds created by the NPO is to be kept by them as it is to be used for the particular purpose for which it is being created. Suppose किसी ने fund create किया building बनाने के लिए, they are bound to use that money for making building only. Now they have two choices. या तो वो उस पैसे को अपने पास रखें. If they keep it with them, that money will not increase. Second choice with them is they can deposit or invest it in a bank or in some company. In such case, they will get interest on it and their fund will keep on increasing. If they invest their fund in some bank or in some securities, it is known as fund investment. If fund investment is given in the numerical, it will be shown in the balance sheet on the asset side. For example, एक एनपीओ के पास प्राइज फंड है 80,000, उनका प्राइज फंड इन्वेस्टमेंट है 80,000, their donations for prize fund are 12,000, prizes awarded are 14,000 and interest received is 4,000. As you can see in the video, in the balance sheet on the liability side, we'll show prize fund, add donation and interest and deduct prizes awarded. Answer will be 82,000. It will be the balance left in prize fund which this NPO will use in future. And prize fund investment is to be shown in the balance sheet on the asset side. Another point which you have to keep in mind while solving your numerical, if any organization has not kept any fund related to a particular item, that item will be known as non-fund based accounting, and that item will be used in routine as an expense or as an income depending upon the nature. For example, if it is match expenses, it will be an expense. If it is tournament expense, it will be an expense. If it is cinema show receipts, it will be shown in the income and expenditure account on the income side. They will not be treated as fund-based items. They will be treated as non-fund-based item. Another very important point, if any asset is created from the fund, for example, आपके पास है pavilion fund. If you have constructed a pavilion from that fund, then amount equivalent to money spent on this construction will be transferred from pavilion fund to capital fund. That means if any NPO has spent say 10 lakh on constructing a pavilion, that means 10 lakh will be deducted from pavilion fund and it will be added to capital fund, and pavilion constructed will be shown in the balance sheet on the asset side. I hope this lecture is clear to all of you. My request to you is please go through this lecture twice or thrice to understand this concept in a better manner and solve numericals given to you in your notebook. Thank you.